The first time I heard those two words, I thought the following. Listen, Romeo, just because you're 6'1", blue-eyed, and a tech genius to boot, it doesn't mean you can swoop in here and steal my sexy sister, who has had me as her object of affection for the last 35 years. That is separate from the Honorable Theo, who is her pet Maltese. You come so close as to even high-five her, let alone plan a wet one on her, and you'll regret it. You don't know what family you're messing with. I come from a long line of prosecutors, aka me. You're not joining the Pelangian clan without a proper interrogation, investigation, cross-examination, you name it, you'll be subject. Now tell me, can anyone blame me for being ultra overprotective? Let me explain. It's 1991. Sivan is 9 and I'm 4. I'm sitting on a fluffy blue rug in the middle of 17 stuffed animals, my eyes gazing at Sivan's fingertips, writing the vocab word of the day, poodle, in front of the quote, class. You see, my sister and I were close from birth, so close that I was her first human student. Although I was sitting among great and notable stuffed animal scholars like Purple Parakeet number 3. I might add that I was the top scoring student. Luckily, I beat that dang giraffe in algebra by 2.6 points. Sivan taught me everything. How to write, how to smile, how to read, how to write yet again, how to flirt, shop, dress, play her dad around her fingers for candy. Her teaching services were so comprehensive that one seriously questions whether my dearest parents contributed anything at all to the equation. As such, I made it my life's work to copy my mentor's greatness. If she watched Rugrats, I watched. If she painted nails, I painted. I in turn taught my innocent sister a few things from my acting skills, like, how to lie to our piano teacher that we had practiced our scales. Now, luckily us two little darlings didn't get into too many serious spats, mostly because Sivan was smart enough not to cross me. And because I had a good deterrent in place. Irritate Sivan when strictly necessary. Unfortunately, she did cross me twice. My 9-year-old self didn't appreciate it when she landed the leading role in Big River, and I got slammed in the talentless background chorus as one of the boys. Nor did I appreciate it when my genius parents decided to install a fancy red brick backyard decoration in the shape of an S instead of an L. They were clearly trying to send a subliminal message to my 7-year-old self that they favored Sivan over me, and all hell broke loose. We never really got over that one, but it's okay, we're still in family therapy. So Sivan and I have been through it all together. She used to stick me in laundry baskets and drag me around as her sidekick. And don't forget watching our dad fight raccoons in a garage with a broom, losing a pet turtle that ran away, surviving an ostrich attack in a zoo, and don't forget our mom straightening our thick teenage Armenian curly hair on an ironing board. Please just visualize the last one. Hear my mom say, "Hayde kulucha tir bordin varan," which means hurry up and put your heads on the board. Pain is beauty, girls. As Sivan says, it's just another day at the Pelange residence. We've got an avant-garde inside jokes collection that could easily win any international competition. So of course I'm overprotective. Sivan has such a rare, humble heart and has been there for me at every critical step, making me laugh with her edgy sarcasm. I mean, on top of it, the dang woman is a talented pianist, artist with a collection of charcoal paintings, and a brilliant teacher. I mean, at one point, it was like a repeat soap opera. At the end of every semester, my dad would come up to me and say, "Did you hear what parent number 1 said about Sivan's literary arts class?" The next day, "Did you hear what parent number 6 just said about how the kids adore Sivan's jokes?" Yes. Until we got to parent number 31 on day 18. Principals have even tried to poach her upon comments from parents that they wanted Sivan at their kids' school. That's rare. I've also watched my sister teach in class. She executes with passion, biting wit, and intent. A good teacher needs all three, but my sister, she floats in the stuff. Her intense command of the classroom makes my former law professors look like daycare nannies. And whenever I visited her, the kids would whisper, "Oh, this is Miss Pelangian's sister." I honestly felt like a celebrity by association. So the bottom line is, my sister is sheker. That means tender, dainty, and perfect in Armenian. Well, except One cardinal sin so great that I took great pains to assess whether it should even be mentioned on this jolly occasion. But the truth will out. My sister has claimed on multiple occasions that the first 5 years of her life were absolute bliss as an only child before I popped out. Yes, it is shocking that a woman of such noble character would repeatedly make such a fallacious claim, but it matters not now. I have finally found the strength to forgive her. The bottom line is that Sivan was mine for 35 years. Now, upon hearing about this alleged Rob creature in July 2022, I stewed in a pit of rage and anger for approximately 6.2 hours. Then I took a step back, rationally collected my senses, and immediately began plotting his demise. Then I find out that he's 6'1" and plays drums and oboe. Great. Just great. Then I find out that he, like Sivan, majored in English and music at the same alma mater, no less. What's next, Volmer? You're really gonna win this one, aren't you? Then I find out that his middle name is Raymond, and Sivan's favorite TV show is, you guessed it, Everybody Loves Raymond. At this point, it's code red, folks. But then I find out that his parents live 4 blocks away from us, making them ideal in-laws which won't require Thanksgiving travel. I was desperate. I called Sivan in a rush and I said, does Rob have any remote flaws? She took a moment and then she said, he hasn't seen The Sound of Music? Really? Really? This is what we're working with? I mean, it does cut close to a criminal offense, but we have to try harder. So I did what any mature adult would do. On Volmer's first visit to the Palangian house to meet us, I conducted a full-blown cross-examination on him. That's right, folks. I didn't even know what the charges were, but dang it, I was gonna cross this kid. But you see, I was smart about it. When he arrived, I put up a bright blue glittery sign up that said, "Welcome, Rob Volmer," all to make him feel deceptively at home. Then, in the living room, I placed him on the witness stand, aka my parents' fluffy beige ultra comfort couch. Now, instead of mocking the heightened levels of insanity this entire exercise had exposed, he just sat there respectfully and smiled like a good sport. I'm not gonna lie, he answered every question right. I lost the dang trial even without opposing counsel. So, like any self-respecting lawyer who had just lost something, I resorted to more extreme tactics. Hello, Private Eye Lara. Volmer hair sample sent to FBI, check. Volmer Reno workplace coordinates analyzed, check. Spy camera inserted on Theodore, check. All right, I made the last 3 up. But I did in fact recruit the closest thing I could to an FBI agent, my pops, Vial, and went on a little adventure down the street. Your parents live 4 blocks away from us, huh? That's what all perfect candidates say. So on December 17, me and Pops started trotting. After some preliminary investigations at the house, we knocked. But to my surprise, residents Bob and Sue Volmer opened the door, entertained us, and even had their cat Nikki greet us with choice greetings. But then, I can't explain it, guys, I started softening up. I thought, is it so bad if my sister marries the perfect man? So I just let the poor lad into my heart. I told my dad to send over some shish kebabs as a preliminary dowry. There was another sticking point. One afternoon, Volmer sat down with me and Pops and politely laughed at our corny tag team jokes for precisely 98 minutes until Sivan came back. I timed it, remember that, Rob? Watching the kid like a hawk. I concluded that only one kind of person can tolerate our jokes without taking a migraine med, a patient, kind, and warm one. That, my friends, is Rob Raymond Volmer. Now, let's get moving. Now, let's get moving to some advice, a duty someone tasked me with in a moment of lapsed judgment. Rob, Sivan is perfect, so you don't need any other than how to piss her off during marital spats. I've had years of practice on her, so just ring if you need pointers. I'll charge you market. 1, when you're at a loss for a rebuttal, just belt out a line from any musical, because she hates them. 2, if you really want to make her fume, just hide her coffee in a flower pot. As for you, Sibs, thank you for everything you've taught me. You are my best friend. And well, And well, here we are. It's not surprising that two women of such high caliber would lure in two hot studs in short order. I mean, it only took us 20 years. Turns out that's how long it takes for the best of the best, Rob, to find the best of the best, Sivan. But I will have you know this is the first time in my life that I get to teach you something, because I got married far, far in advance, notably 4 months ago. In that long time frame, I've learned the secret to a long-lasting marriage: a good sense of humor and a short memory. Apply both often. I love you.